Negative self-talk is not merely an unwelcome visitor in the corridors of our minds. It is an adversary that dwells within us, hidden but insidious. It's the relentless critic that thrives on our insecurities, fears, and past failures, casting doubt upon our abilities and sabotaging our self-confidence. This shadowy nemesis emerges when we confront challenges, pursue ambitions, or even contemplate personal growth. This internal adversary is formidable because it knows us intimately, our fears, our regrets, and our vulnerabilities. It preys upon these vulnerabilities, exploiting them to undermine our self-worth and paralyze our progress. The weapon it wields is the corrosive power of self-doubt, and it can be more destructive than any external foe we encounter in our lives. To truly understand and combat this adversary, we must recognize that it's not a sign of weakness to admit its presence. Rather, it's an act of strength and self-awareness. We must acknowledge that we all face this shadow within, and denying its existence only grants it more power. It is a part of the human experience, as universal as the air we breathe and the dreams we hold. By accepting this, we begin to disarm this inner antagonist and take the first step towards mastering it. Allow me to share a personal revelation. In the darkest hours of my crusade, I too battled my inner demons. The loss of my parents, the weight of my responsibilities, and the relentless violence of Gotham threatened to overwhelm me. The voice of self-doubt echoed loudly, questioning my ability to make a difference, my right to don the cape and cowl, and even my capacity to protect those I held dear. However, I realized that ignoring this voice, pretending it didn't exist, would be a grave mistake. I understood that it wasn't enough to conquer the external threats lurking in the shadows of Gotham. I had to confront the shadow within myself. It was a transformative moment when I recognized that the greatest battles are often the ones waged within our own minds. In this realization, I learned that the same fear that could paralyze me could also serve as a powerful motivator. Just as I've turned fear into a weapon to protect Gotham, you too can harness the energy of self-doubt and transform it into a tool for growth. The crucial distinction lies in understanding that it's not about eradicating fear, but rather mastering it. It's about using fear as a catalyst, a force that pushes you beyond your limits, a reminder that you are on the cusp of something extraordinary. When you face your inner doubts head-on, you transform them into stepping stones on your path to self-improvement. Fear is often perceived as a paralyzing force, an emotion to be quelled and overcome. But let me share a different perspective, one born from the crucible of my own transformation. Just as I, as Batman, have learned to harness fear as a weapon against crime, you too can leverage it to propel yourself forward. Imagine fear as a crucible where raw potential is tested and refined. It's in moments of fear that our truest selves are revealed. When you confront a challenge that fills you with trepidation, you stand at the threshold of growth. It's as if the very essence of your character is laid bare, and the choices you make in those moments define who you are to become. Consider this. When faced with a daunting task or a seemingly insurmountable obstacle, fear can be the catalyst that sharpens your focus, heightens your awareness, and amplifies your determination. It's the primal instinct that heightens your senses and primes your body for action. Just as I rely on my fear to heighten my reflexes and make split-second decisions in the heat of battle, you can use it to sharpen your resolve and respond to life's challenges with unwavering determination. In the crucible of fear, you learn to embrace discomfort as a pathway to growth. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you enter this crucible. It's in these moments that you discover your true potential. By confronting fear head-on, you expand the boundaries of your capabilities, just as I've pushed the limits of what one man can do to protect his city. In the tumultuous journey of self-improvement, the concept of self-compassion stands as a guiding light, illuminating the path toward personal growth. Imagine self-compassion as a gentle hand extended towards your inner self, offering solace, understanding, and encouragement. It's not a call for complacency, but a recognition of your humanity and a commitment to treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. Consider this. When faced with adversity or setbacks, many of us are quick to criticize ourselves. Negative self-talk, that inner dialogue riddled with doubt and self-blame, becomes a formidable adversary on the road to self-improvement. But self-compassion serves as a shield against this destructive force. It's the understanding that failure and mistakes are inherent to the human experience, not marks of personal inadequacy. Just as I, as Batman, have encountered my share of defeats and setbacks, you too will face challenges that test your resolve. In these moments, self-compassion is your unwavering ally. Instead of berating yourself for perceived shortcomings, it invites you to embrace your imperfections with kindness and curiosity. It's the realization that, like any hero's journey, your path will be marked by trials. But these trials are opportunities for growth, not reasons for self-condemnation. Cultivating self-compassion is not a one-time endeavor. It's a practice that requires patience and persistence. Just as I've honed my physical and mental abilities through rigorous training, so too can you train your mind to be more compassionate towards yourself. This practice begins with self-awareness, the ability to recognize when negative self-talk arises. Imagine a scenario where you've fallen short of your own expectations. Instead of allowing self-criticism to take the reins, self-compassion invites you to pause, take a breath, and acknowledge your feelings. It's a moment of mindfulness where you say to yourself, I am struggling right now, and that's okay. It doesn't diminish my worth or potential. This simple act of recognition creates space for self-compassion to flourish. Furthermore, self-compassion encourages you to treat yourself with the same kindness you would extend to a cherished friend. Just as I've mentored and supported my allies in Gotham, you too can be your own mentor and champion. When negative self-talk emerges, imagine what you would say to a friend facing a similar situation. By offering yourself words of encouragement and understanding, you foster an environment of self-nurturing rather than self-critique. The journey of self-improvement is akin to scaling a mountain, each step marked by challenges and triumphs. Self-compassion equips you with the tools to navigate this terrain with grace. It's the balm that soothes the wounds of self-doubt, the lantern that lights your way through the darkest of moments, and the shield that deflects the arrows of self-criticism. Just as I've relied on my training, my allies, and my unwavering belief in justice, you too can rely on self-compassion as a steadfast companion on your quest for personal growth. Now let's talk about the path to self-improvement. Just as I train relentlessly to become a better protector of Gotham, you can work on becoming a better version of yourself. But remember, it's not about striving for some unattainable perfection. It's about progress, not perfection. Start with setting achievable goals. Break down your larger aspirations into smaller, manageable steps. Each success, no matter how small, chips away at the foundation of negative self-talk. Remember, just as I focus on addressing one crime at a time in Gotham, rather than trying to eliminate all crime in a single night, setting attainable goals allows you to celebrate victories along the way, reinforcing your belief in your ability to overcome challenges. Like the steel of my armor, build emotional resilience. Understand that setbacks are not failures, but stepping stones to success. In each fall, you'll find the strength to rise higher. Much like how I confront adversaries in the darkest alleys of Gotham, your resilience is tested in the face of adversity. It's not about avoiding challenges, but about navigating them with courage and determination, emerging on the other side stronger and wiser. Just as I rely on allies like Alfred and Commissioner Gordon, seek support from friends, family, or professionals. Talking about your struggles can often be the first step towards conquering them. Share your burdens, fears, and self-doubts with those you trust, for they can provide invaluable perspective and encouragement. Remember, even the Dark Knight turns to his allies when the weight of Gotham becomes too heavy to bear alone. You don't have to face your inner demons in isolation. Let others stand with you in your journey towards self-improvement, and don't downplay your achievements. Celebrate them, no matter how small they may seem. Positive reinforcement can counter the effects of negative self-talk. Just as I commemorate each victory over Gotham's criminals, take a moment to acknowledge and reward yourself for your accomplishments. Whether it's completing a difficult task, reaching a personal milestone, or simply making it through a challenging day, recognize these moments as evidence of your strength and resilience. By doing so, you not only boost your self-esteem, but also cultivate a mindset that thrives on positivity and self-improvement. In conclusion, the battle against negative self-talk is a journey towards discovering the hero within yourself. Just as I fight to protect Gotham, You must fight to protect your self-worth and self-belief. Recognize the enemy, harness your fears, and extend compassion to yourself. Understand that improvement is a lifelong process, not a destination. You have the power to shape your narrative and rise above the shadows of self-doubt. The world needs your unique contributions, and you are more capable than you can ever imagine. Remember, the real hero is not one without flaws, but one who faces them, learns from them, and emerges stronger. Gotham needs its protector, and your world needs the best version of you. Stand tall, overcome your doubts, and embrace the hero within.